Hey Savvy people, it's Savvy Nick here, and today we're checking out Photopea, a wonderful application that I stumbled across, much like Photoshop, for your image editing and creation needs. Photopea is free to use, and the best part is if you're in a pinch, this is a great tool because it's available on the web. That's right, this is all being ran on the web, so we can create a new project. Let's check out what this looks like. Templates over here, where you can select a template. Is this real life or is it a fantasy? Let's just use this one as a template real quick. Notice on the left hand side, if you've ever used Photoshop, you'll know that these tools look very similar. Some of the lasso tools, rectangular and the lip select, moving things around the screen, and everything is actually pretty seamless in this web app. I've actually used it quite a few times now in a pinch where I can't have access to my normal Photoshop. I go to photopea.com, and I'll make sure to post a link in the description below and start using it completely for free, and it gets the job done. Especially for my thumbnails, I can create a new thumbnail pretty quick, specify how much I want for the width and height as far as pixels go, what the project's called. So let's just call this new thumbnail. And by standard, YouTube requires 1280 by 720. Who would have thought that that's the default? But let's just hit the create button. You can also select what color you want the background to be. For this one, I'm going with a white background. I'll hit create, and look at that, the canvas is in front of me. Let's create some new text on the screen just to show you how easy this is to use, especially if you've been using Photoshop in the past. Up top here, you'll notice the size of the text and what color the text should be. We're gonna make black, that's a pretty good contrast there. And let's start typing in my cool thumbnail. We can highlight that and then change what the text actually looks like. So perhaps we want something medieval looking here, why not? Kind of hard to actually tell what that says in that font. So we'll look for something a little better. Let's see, you can do the search here. They don't have the one I normally use, so I'm gonna have to search through here for something that looks pretty good, like this preview, my cool thumbnail. That's pretty cool. We'll change the pixels around. I like having mine around 250 usually, so just gonna do that real quick. We'll make sure that everything is presented on the screen, and we'll center justify everything. Now that I have my cool thumbnail going, we'll explore the various different layers that you can have, because maybe I want a new layer. If you click this button right here on the right hand side, you get your layers pop out to you, and you can select layer, new layer. That adds another layer, and in that layer you can reorganize things between the layers. You can get rid of a background if you want. I'm going to do that for now because I want a gradient layer on the back of my thumbnail. And look at that, now we're getting real cool with our thumbnail. But let's change up the colors. The way you can do that is on the bottom left. Just select some colors that you want. For example, I'm a big fan of orange, so I'm going to select maybe a darker orange color. And then as my second color, I'll select a lighter orange. And now I'll use the gradient, and here we go. That really pops on the screen. Gotta say, it doesn't look too bad. Again, you'll want to make sure to look in the description below for the link to Photopea, and make sure to bookmark it because you're gonna forget, and you don't want to forget because it's a great tool. Again, sometimes on the road, I'm able to just hop on here and start using things and creating things. So now I'm gonna add a little bit of extra color. Let's just do the polygonal lasso select. Again, if you've used Photoshop, you're probably pretty familiar with some of these tools here and how they work. I'll just go with some kind of a blue color, blue fade into, let's see, lighter blue. Let's just create another layer here for this selected portion. Here we go. And then I'll use the gradient tool once again to fill in that portion. Honestly, it might look pretty cool if I filled about half of it up, so I'll do that instead. We're working our way through all the various tools that you have inside this program. It is fantastic in my opinion. And then we'll show how to save our cool thumbnail. Of course, there's so many more tools that you can be using in order to make whatever image you're trying to make or edit whatever you're trying to edit. You can also use keys like Control S to save files, and here we go. PSD file. I'm going to save my thumbnail here on my desktop. Gotta spell that right. As a PSD file, I'm gonna save, and boom, now I have my thumbnail, a PSD file, and I'll open it up here in GIMP. Look at that. I have my layers imported. Everything seems to be working great, and I can continue working on this even from GIMP. Again, a fantastic use case is if I'm in a pinch and I need to make some edits on a computer that doesn't have Photoshop. I go straight to the Photopea app and start using it. You can, of course, remove the ads on the right-hand side if you want. They're advertising on the right, not really much taken up on it. We've only gone through just a few of the tools and we made a pretty cool thumbnail real quick. Of course, you have the magic wand tool, which makes selection much easier. A crop tool, color selection, different brush and patch tools, more brush tools, a pencil tool, stamp tool, erasers, gradients in the paint bucket, blur, sharpen, and smudge tools, dodge, burn, and sponge tools, type and vertical type tool, pen, free pen, and curvature tool, path select, direct select, rectangle, ellipse, line, parametric shape, and custom shapes, hand tool, rotate, and zoom in and out tool. On the right hand side, we have information, layer properties, brush properties, text properties, paragraph properties, CSS, and a gallery. Up top, you have access to much more settings and tools. Make sure to check them out and have fun using the application. If you got any questions, comments, or suggestions, please make sure to post them in the comment section below. Also, make sure to subscribe for future videos and make sure to like the video. Catch me in a great community on Discord, and I'll catch you in another video. Thanks for watching.